now. All right, you guys. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome. It is October 8th. We're so excited for our Team Talk Tuesday. We have a super special guest tonight, and I'm really, really excited. She is a friend of mine. We have known each other for, I think, like a year now. She works with an incredible skincare company called Ever. I love their products. I use them. I think they're fantastic, and she is a leader. And we really like to bring people in, not just from the Juice Plus world, but from other business as well, because we find that really, really valuable. And it's really great too to hear from other people, and it gives Danielle also a chance to kind of share what she does with others and to share her perspective on our network marketing and our business. So I want to kind of give her a little bio to do her justice, and then I'll turn it over to her. So Danielle Sirinsky has a passion for life and making others feel good about themselves through beauty, health, fitness, and performance. She's an executive with Ever, clean ingredient, clinical grade skincare and makeup that follows the strictest standards while offering real results. She's also the director of the 2 to 6 year old department at the Loudoun County School of Ballet in Leesburg, Virginia, is a fitness professional, and is a professional performer and choreographer. And she's amazing, and her daughters are equally as amazing performers. It's like really, really, really special. So I'm really excited to welcome her to our team, and I will turn it over to her.
Thanks. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate it. Excellent. Well, I don't know where to start. What do you want? What is there anything specific that you want me to share about what makes me successful? Or
yeah. Why don't you share your story with us, like how you got involved with Ever, kind of your journey of kind of how you started, where you are now, maybe some like tidbits about like the top things that you find useful in our business that you think are transferable to all of them, and kind of any nuggets that you think are really, really useful.
Sure. Absolutely. So as Kristen said, my background is in theater and dance, and I always had a side gig when I used to be a professional performer, and I got into skincare and makeup sales and application while I was performing professionally in Chicago when I was in between singing and acting and dancing jobs. And I always loved making women feel good about themselves. And as you ladies know, it feels good when someone feels healthy and confident, and there's nothing that's a better feeling than that. So I did makeup for a lot of weddings, and I did some runway and some print, and freelance for Bobbi Brown and Laura Mercier and some companies at the department stores back when the department stores were the thing to do, which it's not anymore, as you guys know. But back in the day, the halls would be lined, the aisles would be lined with chairs, and we would do everyone's makeup, and it was a lot of fun. So when we moved to the East Coast, I started focusing a little bit more on my teaching dance and musical theater. I had a 1-year-old and 4-year-old at the time, and I wanted to kind of just narrow it down a little bit and not be spread so thin. So I concentrated on my teaching and choreography. And then when about 3 years ago, I was starting to get that itch again. I really felt like I was missing something in my life, and I really wasn't sure what it was. And Ever was presented to me through a mutual friend. And I've used every skincare line under the sun, from top shelf, really expensive department store brands to really cheap drugstore brands. And as soon as I felt the products, I said, oh my gosh, I need to know exactly what this is. Give me every detail right now. And I was a customer for 3 weeks, and 4 different people said, you're doing something different with your skin. What's going on? You look different. You look awesome. And I was like, oh, my friend Stephanie shares this awesome product. And when the 3rd person said it, I was like, maybe I should share this product. And that's how I got into it. Again, getting back into skincare and makeup. And for me, it just feels very natural to share, because obviously something I'm passionate about. But as you ladies know, with Juice Plus, in this day and age, people want to be healthy. That's their main goal, is to feel good about themselves and be healthy for the most part. And even if they haven't succeeded in that yet, that is for the most part their ultimate goal. And so it's easy to share something that is geared toward good health, wellness, beauty on the inside, beauty on the outside. So for me, I don't feel that I am bothering anyone or harassing anyone. I truly just feel that people are looking for it, whether they know it right away or not. And so I constantly just keep up my business, either posting on social media. Personal reach outs obviously are always the best to do. Making Facebook Live videos, because you never know who's watching. I've been doing this for 3 years now, and I'm fairly I'm doing well. I mean, I'm obviously can always do better, but I'm in a good top part of the company, and it's just because of the consistency. So consistency is the key, and I find that people, you if you offer to someone once, they might see that Facebook message and they might not respond right away. That doesn't necessarily mean they're not interested. I mean, I'm sure you all know about the million Facebook messages or text messages that someone has sent you and you've seen, and then you didn't answer it right away because you got distracted or you were busy with your kids or whatnot. And you meant to, maybe you were interested and then you forgot about it. The sale a lot of time is not made on the first reach out. It's usually made on the fourth reach out. I have a customer who has a shopping cart that she's checking out, who I sent her a shopping cart 2 years ago, and she kind of was like, whatever. And I just kept posting, and she was like, oh, I'm interested in blah, 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 like out of the blue. So consistency is the key, and you have to, and if someone says no, that doesn't mean no thank you. I mean, it could mean no thank you, obviously, but it could also just mean not right now, because people might not at that moment that you're reaching out to them maybe be financially ready to make a commitment, or just had a big expense come out, like a car payment, or having to replace the air conditioning. You just never know. So no does not mean no forever necessarily. It could, but it could just mean no, not right now. Yes, let's see, where else am I going? I'll stop for a second. I'll stop talking. Anyone have anything to say?
So somebody sent me a couple questions that I can fire away, because that'll be good. I just wrote them down. Okay. So what are your top 3 things that make you a successful leader?
I'd say sharing information. Oh, it says my internet is unstable. Can you guys still hear me and see me?
Yeah,
okay.
You're good.
All right, good. Makes me a good leader, being able to have information readily available to share. I'd say, making sure you're keeping up with the information that's coming from your home office, so that you can share it with people who might not always be online or always on Facebook or always looking and knowing what's going on, and make sure you're sharing it with them. I'd say recognition helps with being a good leader. Just, as Kristen, just the very first thing that she did when she hopped on the call was recognize Lisa. Is that who you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Recognizing Lisa for, being close to promoting. And people want to be recognized, and they want to be shown the love. And even if it's just little, and we're working on our team page, our just internal team page, really just trying to recognize the smallest thing. It does not matter what it is. It doesn't mean that they had to promote or they had to hit their sales goal. It could be that they did a Facebook Live for the first time. It could be that they reached out and gave their business card to someone at the grocery store. It could be any small milestone should be recognized, because the more you recognize the small things, the more everyone can see that it's not so hard. Because obviously in this business, it's fear that gets people. They're afraid to step out of their comfort zones. They're afraid to put themselves out there. because they have their list of objections. And even when they're joining your group, there's already objections. I don't think I'm going to have the time. I'm really busy. I don't know anyone. I mean, those are like the big objections that we get all the time. And my favorite is I'm too busy, and I'm like we're not, right? we're just at home eating bonbons, right? But anyways, yeah. So even once they have joined your organization and are doing whatever they're doing to contribute, whether it's they're just rocking out their business and have a ton of customers or a ton of new enrollments, or just sharing, here and there with their mom or their sister, whatever their level is of commitment, you want to acknowledge every small milestone, no matter what it is. Let's see. So those are two things that are good to be a leader. I think just showing the real life stuff too. Like in my Facebook posts, I try not to take myself too seriously, because I feel that which I don't in real life anyways. I mean, I like to be goofy and I like to be funny, and I'm, clearly we're not perfect. No one's perfect. And I think if you're showing like, here I am being so fabulous in my business, and look what I bought and look at what it's done for me, and me, then people are like, ugh. And even the people who you're trying to lead might be like, well, I can't live up to that, and I can't do that. And so I just think just being real and, showing real life and, bad selfies or whatever it is, and not taking yourself too seriously, I'd say. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. All right. So another question for you. So what is your DMO, your daily method of operation? Because I know that you have a bit, you work a business, you've got kids, things happen, like nothing happens perfectly every day. So what is your daily method of operation, and how do you get through days when you just don't feel like working your business? Because let's be like, we're talking about being real. Like we have those days where you're like, I'm just not feeling it today. I'm just not feeling it. So and those are two questions kind of combined into one. But so what's your daily method of operation that you try and do every day? And how do you push through those feelings of like, I'm just not feeling it today?
Well, I'm still trying to master the daily operation. So as Kristen mentioned, I'm also the director of the 2 to 6-year-old department at the Loudon School of Ballet in Leesburg, Virginia. So, my days are all over the place. Some days I teach in the morning, some days I teach in the afternoon, some days I don't teach at all. Well, I shouldn't say some days. One day I don't teach on Sundays. That's the only day I don't teach. Every other day I teach either 1 to 6 or 8 classes. So I really just try to squeeze it in those moments of silence. Some days I really do try to plan, okay, this is the day I'm going to send thank you notes, or this is the day I'm going to, maybe make a Facebook Live. I'm trying to get better about planning it out. But other than that, I really just try to, find it in those moments. And luckily, in this day and age, a lot of things can be done from your phone. I mean, my business is run mostly from my phone, through text messages, Facebook messages, that way. So, I try to do something every day. I mean, and some days maybe it's literally a half hour, and other days I can devote 4 or 5 hours, just depending on what I have going on that day. But yes, so I guess that's my answer for that. I just really try to find some time to do something for my business. And when I'm not motivated, I don't know. I guess I'm still working through that as well, because there are definitely days when you're not, and you get down on yourself, and you go onto the main website and you see what other people are doing, and obviously comparing yourself to someone else is the thief of joy, and there's no reason to compare yourself to anyone else, but yet we do. And you're thinking, oh man, I'm not, I don't feel like doing anything this month, and then you go on and you see Susie so-and-so has all these sales this month. You're like, oh man, why can't I be like her? But you just have to push through those negative feelings and just know that you can only do what you can do. And you have to just be honest with yourself and accept a bad day is a bad day. I think, not every day you're not going to want to do it every day, but you have to look at your big picture, look at your why. Well, why are you in this business? What's it going to help you accomplish for your goals, or the goals for your family, or for your financial freedom, or for your health, or whatever is your driving motivation. Just knowing that you got to come back to that. And of course, obviously, you can take the time to meditate or listen to podcasts or anything like that is you're working for your business. So if you are coming to a point where you're like, man, I cannot make a Facebook Live today, or I can't reach out to potential customers or anything like that, you just don't have it in you, meditate. I mean, that's going to help your business. Or listen to a podcast, read a book, drink a cup of tea, anything to bring you to where you need to be will only help you and then help your business.
Awesome. And where's my next question? Oh yes. Yeah. This is one of my questions that I wrote down. So I would love for you to touch on your BNI group that you work with.
Sure.
What it's done for you, value of it, how you found it. Because I think I don't think anybody on this call does a BNI group, but I think it's something really valuable. So I'd love for you to touch on that.
Yes, absolutely. So for those of you who are not familiar with BNI, it stands for Business Networking International. It is an international networking business group, meets Monday through Thursday in every country, or not every country, most of the countries. They all have groups. They're meeting around the world. There's morning networking times and afternoon networking times. And it is a one per seat occupation group. So our group currently has 27 members, and we have one person per seat per occupation. So one real estate agent, one plumber, one interior designer, one marketing expert, one printer, etc. We have a dentist. There's no specific saying like there's no cap on what kind of company it can be, but it can only be one in each category. So I am the skincare person in my group. I was told about BNI through a friend who was a part of the group, and she thought it would be good for my business. And it is good for my business. It is a financial commitment, and it is a time commitment. You have to be able to do one-to-ones, which are like one-on-one meetings with the other members for them to get to know you more. And it's not just you meet them once and then that's it. You're constantly wanting to meet with people to kind of hear what's new in your business, if anything's changed, what makes a good referral. So every week I stand up and I give a 30-second elevator pitch about my business. And it's for the members and for the guests who come. And we are encouraged to bring guests every week. And I've invited Kristen several times, and hopefully she'll be able to come at some point. And so I try to change up my 30-second speech quite often, A, so the members don't get bored hearing the same thing over and over again, and B, just to keep my business fresh too, because clearly I should be looking for different referrals every single week. It's not necessarily the same person. And for me, and this is if you were, and same with you ladies in your Juice Plus business, if you were ever to join one, you have to be aware of not being general. Like it would be very easy for me to say a good referral for me is anyone who has skin, and then it's like wah wah, because then the people are like, okay. But if I say I would like to meet the owner of such and such salon, if anyone knows her, and then people say, oh, I know her, I can introduce you to her. Or I'm promoting a breast cancer fundraiser this month. And so my referral source this month are people who are affected by breast cancer who would want to consider using cleaner ingredients to put on their skin. Or I might say a good referral is your most health conscious friend, or etc. And so, but you pay a yearly fee, and then there's monthly dues as well to cover the cost of your event place. Now, some BNI's monthly fees are very inexpensive depending on where they meet. I went down to one in Asheville when I was visiting my parents, and they met in like a community room. So I was asking them, and their monthly fee was $5, and it helped pay for the coffee. Now mine's at Lightfoot in Leesburg. I'm not sure if you guys are all local to this area, but that's okay. It's in a historic district, and it's a nicer restaurant. So my monthly fees are quite significant. So yes, it has been beneficial for sure. I have definitely gotten customers from members, from their guests. I am starting to get more referrals. They have to kind of get to know you and really realize how to refer you. So the thing that I like about it is that it keeps me working up. Like, I know I have to do that every week. I meet every Wednesday. So I definitely know that that's at least something I'm doing for my business to get myself in front of new people. So it keeps me consistent in my business. I am breaking even or making a bit of money, not huge amounts like the person who's the contractor in our group. Like, he has like $25,000 kitchen remodels. So his lunch fees are like a drop in the bucket for him, whereas opposed to mine, which are, 25% to 40% commission on skincare. So it's not quite as much, but it is worth it. So I definitely recommend at least going to visit one, because to go to visit one, you're just paying like a drop-in fee for whatever their weekly fee is that adds up to their monthly fee. And they're all over everywhere. If you just go onto bni.com, you can see where a local meeting is to your area. And it's definitely worth going. You'll meet people and get business cards, and you get to stand up and give a 30-second elevator pitch about your business. Oh, and the other thing I was going to say is then the members all rotate doing a keynote speech. So that's when I get to stand up and give a 12-minute presentation about my business. So that's obviously quite worthwhile as well. So that's that.
Awesome. I love that. And what I love about it especially is that, like you're saying, it forces you to bring the energy and stay current with your business and stay consistent. And I love that. And I think that that's something that one person was asking, like, how on those days that you're just not feeling it, I think when you have something that you have to do, mm-hmm. you have to bring your A game. You just don't have a choice. So I think that, like, signing up for things, consistently having events to do, mm-hmm. whether it's an in-person event or an online event or a BNI group, whatever it is going to force you to do something. And then and like, you guys know, like, anytime you're not feeling something and you do it, like, you're like, oh my God, I feel so much better.
Like the gym, I always say to my husband, he's like, I don't know if I want to go. I said, you'll never regret going. You'll always regret not going.
Yep. True story. Story. Absolutely.
And there's so many networking events in Loudoun where I live. I mean, there's so many things. There's like a high-heeled happy hour, and there's like just networking events everywhere. If you just go onto Eventbrite and put in networking events in your area, so many things will pop up, and a lot of them are free or very inexpensive. You can just drop in. It's just a good way to meet people and get yourself out there, because you can only circulate to your friends and family so often. You have to get outside that immediate circle, that immediate zone, and find new people to connect with.
Yeah. Hey, side note on that, you guys, if you live somewhere, like, so we have some military spouses that live in the middle of nowhere. And if you live somewhere where that doesn't have any networking events, make them. Just be the creator of it and have people come to you. If you build it, they will come.
That's so true. Or connect with other people in direct sales and form your own group, or do like, first Friday shopping night at your house. Yeah, there's so many options of things that you can do to broaden your horizons.
Yeah. I love it. And all those things too will, like, help your vibrations, right? Like, you'll vibrate higher and attract more energy and, like, better people if you're doing these things, because you're just putting it out into the universe. I know that's super woo woo, but, like, it's true. Woo woo. Awesome. We have like 3 minutes left. Does anybody else have any questions for Danielle about like BNI or just, you know, her in her business, anything. I'm scrolling.
Here, I'll ask real quick.
Yeah.
So I know we have our methods, but I was wondering, maybe you have a different insight on like opening up and inviting people to the business. Like, do you have specific verbiage or like methods you go about for that?
Yes. So yes. So if you buy a business kit, it's not that much more than purchasing as a customer, depending on what you're going to get. And it's obviously a much better deal. So this is what's worked for me in the past. I feel like if you get them in the business, they see what's happening, they may or may not want to do it, but at least they're part of it. And you definitely have people who are customers for sure. But if they're interested in my regimen, let's just say, I'll say, so there's 3 different buying options. You can purchase retail. You could do subscribe to save, where you get 10% off and 10% back in product credits. But what most people do is they do the beauty haul kit. It's $299. You get $549 worth of product, and then you get 25% off discount for your future purchases. And then you stop talking and you let that sink in. And they're like, what most people do. Well, I want to do what most people do. And then that does happen often. And then they might want to continue on, you know, working the business. Then you try to at least show them what you do once you start. Like if you have like a fast start program, or like a first 30 days of whatever they have to sell to hit some certain level. You'd be like, but everyone goes for this initial goal. And then if you're like, oh, if everyone goes for this goal, I should go for it too. And they might not want to, but at least then there's the possibility of that. So I at least try to offer that to everyone. Now, my business is going to be changing a little bit. Ever is a sister brand of Stella and Dot and Keep Collective. Are you guys familiar with those 2 brands? So we are actually merging with them. So starting October 15th, we're going to be able to have select items from Stella and Dot and Keep on my Ever website. And then come January 1st, we're all going to move to a new social retail platform where they'll join with a digital kit, and then they can add on products and they can cross sell from all 3 brands. So I'll focus mostly on Ever still, but I will be able to offer Stella and Dot and Keep also from my website. And it'll be a new website, like a sdbrandambassador.com or something like that. So my methods will change a little bit, but I still lead with product, because I feel like you have to. If your product is not strong, the opportunity isn't strong. So I always lead with product first. And a lot of my people who've joined as specialists on my team were customers first, and just fell in love with the product. So I think they need to. I think they have to fall in love with the product first. I think that's just almost a given, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that helps, but.
Awesome. All right. Any other questions? We're like a minute over, so I want to be really respectful of everybody's time. Does anybody else have any questions for Danielle? All right. Well, then we will let you guys go. Danielle, thank you so much for taking the time tonight. We really appreciate it. We love
Thank you.
people.
Oh, you're welcome, ladies. It was really nice to see you guys all online.
Yes, this was so great. Thank you guys. Have an awesome night.
Bye.
Bye.